Thank you very much for hosting all of us here today to hear what we have to say. My name is McMahon, and I am running for the United States Senate on the Republican ticket. I don't have any past political background. I've never run for public office before. I have been in a business career all of my life, having built a business from the ground up here in Connecticut. Been bankrupt along the way and lost everything, and I understand what that's like when you lose your job, when you lose your home, when you've lost your car, when you can't get any credit. And I was pregnant with our second child at the time we went bankrupt, so I really do understand what it's like to fear losing your job, or to look at a situation in which you think you're going to have to close your business because you cannot get working capital to stay afloat. Because the old adage is, get money when you don't need it, because when you need it, you for sure can't get it. And that's what's going on today. In our country, small businesses can't get the capital that they need, to grow and to expand. So when I started, with business a long time ago, it was just my husband and I, and we shared a desk in our basement. And we've grown that company today from that mom-and-pop business to a small company, to a medium-sized company, today traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. It's a company I'm very proud to have grown here in this country, and it's a business that we've now exported the product to over 140 countries and translated in 35 languages. I think what really gives me a different perspective in today's environment of what we need in our Senate is the fact that I do have business experience. And as I've traveled around the country, around our state today, what I hear from people is they're not looking for more politicians. They're not looking for people who have spent their entire career in government or in politics. They want someone who's had real-life business experience, who not only understands what rules, regulations, taxes, the impact that that has on you every day when you're struggling in your business or in your daily life. You've been there, you've done it. And when I'm out talking to you folks around Connecticut, and I connect with you, and I listen to what you have to say, because it is absolutely of paramount importance to hear what the people of Connecticut, what you have to say, what your issues are. Because if a senator goes to Washington and disconnects from the people who sent him or her there, you are lost, because you're not going to be able to do the job that you were hired to do. I'm not looking for another career. I resigned as the CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment to run for this office. My phone wasn't ringing off the hook. I was not drafted to run to be a United States Senator. I felt compelled to see if I could make a difference and bring my experiences, my business understanding to the table, because I felt our government was taking our country in the wrong direction. With $13 trillion in debt, a deficit that is growing at we have about $1.3 trillion deficit today. I had a grandson born in January, and his share of the debt, as like all of us, was about $40,000. I had a little granddaughter born 2 weeks ago. Her share of the debt was about $43,000. And so that's what all of us are experiencing. That debt is growing by the second, by the hour, by the day. We are spending $1 billion a day in debt service in this country. We need to stop it. We need to change the direction that our government is taking our country. We need to stop spending. We need to roll back discretionary spending levels to at least the year 2008. We need to freeze government hiring. We need to freeze government raises. The lopsided, the differences between what government employees have and what the private sector has is incredible in the salaries and the benefits today. And we're lopsided. We need to change that. We've got to get ourselves out of this hole that we're in. When you're in a hole, you have to stop digging. And we're not doing that. We're continuing to spend day after day. So what I bring to you, what I offer to you, is a real understanding of how taxes and regulations are going to impact you as individuals, because I've been out there on the street. I know what it's like, to fight to keep a business going, to fight to keep your job. It's very different when you're just making the laws, if you're just enforcing the laws. But if you've been on the other side of that, and you've experienced what those laws and those rules and those regulations have on you, you think twice about how what you are going to pass and what the effect they're going to have. And I know, I certainly agree with the Attorney General that we have to strengthen our Medicare and Social Security systems because we know that we have a contract with our citizens in this country, and it's my pledge that that contract will be honored to all of you. That's what we are going to have to do to make our country strong, because the 85 and older is the fastest growing segment of our population. And today we don't have enough doctors. Today we don't have enough doctors to service that population. And in another 20 years, as the 85 and older population doubles, we need to increase our doctors almost 5 times the number that we have today. I'm talking about doctors who specialize in the treatment of our elderly citizens. So there's a lot that we need to accomplish. There's an expertise that we need to have. And I want to pledge to you today that that's something that I'm going to be focusing on as the next United States Senator. And I will stay in touch with you because I've enjoyed more than anything during this campaign traveling around this state. I've done over 700 events since I first got into the race. I'm meeting you, shaking your hands, looking you in the eye, like to kind of kick the tires with me and see if I'm the person that you would like to send to Washington to represent you. And that's what I'm going to continue to do through the rest of the campaign, and after, hopefully, I'm elected and have the privilege to serve you in Washington. So, November 2nd, I would love to have your support. I thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. Thank you.
Nice seeing you.
Okay,
By the way,
very much.
you're an independent?
No, I work.
Kid, how are you?
Good. I work very hard for in the Senate, just to bring costs down and to make health care affordable for everyone.
And a totally unrelated question. Do you think Dick Blumenthal is afraid to punch you?
You'll have to ask Ms. Blumenthal.
No, but I sort of wonder. I mean, you've been quite critical of him and email and
Maryland.
it doesn't seem like they're really responding in kind. Maybe that's my own take on it. But what do you think? And did you expect it to be more hard-fought or to become more hard-fought in the next few months?
Well, I think that, they'll have their own strategy, through the campaign. We certainly have ours. And my goal has been, all along the campaign that I would contrast myself, on the issues with candidates. And I think that I felt that was important for the voting public to know, and I'll continue to do that.
And is that working? Is your strategy working? Do you feel good?
Well, I feel
weeks out. I think it's 8 weeks out.
I feel good. We've got good momentum. The strategy, I think that's the strategy I employed when I got into the race back in September. So we've gotten this far. So I think it's a good, strong campaign.
Thanks for the time.